Great being here at Magic City Casino. Once again, our thanks to Scott Savin, the innovator, for having us in. People thought he was Meshuggah because he decided he was going to have highlight contested here at Magic City Casino. He was bringing the sport back. It was kind of dying off, and all of the frontons were closing down. But he's going to do it with like regular athletes from other sports. And we were at the press conference when they first introduced this thing, and when the first guy dribbled the ball off his foot as he was trying to serve, you should have seen this poor man. He had his hands covering his face. But now it's thriving, and people are pounding, sending it in on highlight all over the country. They have great players here, and the competition's fantastic. So congratulations to Scott on that. It wasn't so good for the Buffalo Bills fans. And the Bills were the wise guys pick in this championship playoff game, the divisional championship. They're taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. You thought it might be a shootout, but you didn't think it was going to be Machine Gun Kelly style, where in the last 2 minutes of the game you had score changes, much like the NFL. And I would imagine the poor forlorn fans of the Buffalo Bills, who have been deprived of Super Bowl championships their entire lives, saw them go to 4 straight and lose, probably aren't feeling too good right now. I would think that maybe they had to add extra security around Niagara Falls. They had to be jumping off of bridges. What are you talking about?
I mean, that was the craziest game that I think I've ever seen in the last 20 years of football. I mean, you talk about getting up with 13 seconds left. They have the lead. There's no way they can lose this game. People in Buffalo are probably chugging beers. What do they drink up there in Buffalo? What kind of beer is it?
I don't know.
It's Iron City up in
No,
Pittsburgh.
that's Pittsburgh, yeah.
No, I don't know what
some schlep beer. I'm not sure. It comes with like a chicken wing in it, like it was a Bloody Mary.
13 seconds later, you're on the losing end of your bed. I mean, you're shoving hot sauce up your nose. I mean, this was unbelievable. What is this? That was the craziest weekend of football I think I've ever seen.
Cyanide caps were in order there for the Buffalo Bills fans. And the same thing for the Chiefs. You saw where Andy Reid, and we're still convinced that underneath that play chart, because it's got that multicoloring to it, is a Chinese restaurant menu. Because I think he was even ordering. He had a little pencil out and he was scribbling down some things there. I want the Mugu Gai Pan and whatever. But back and forth, I mean, it was very much like the stock market was the other day, where 1 second you're in the winner's bracket and the next minute you're a complete and utter outright loser in the most bitter of possible fashions that you could ever find.
And that's absolutely correct. I mean, your guy in the New York Post, he had it all locked up. He had the Bills, and he also had in the early game, he had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, of course, he's a known mush now. He lost both of his games. So, I mean, you got to watch. That mush theory is very, very important.
Couldn't believe what was happening at the end of that ball game. And we do have the solution, by the way, for the overtime period in the National Football League. So, Roger Goodell, if you're watching, stay tuned, and we'll unveil that during the program here today.